Hello whiskey lovers and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings, and today, Clynelish. Clynelish 200th anniversary. Special bottling. I know, you see another one right there, more about that later, but let's focus on this one right now because this is a 20 years old 1996, bottled especially for the 200th anniversary of the distillery. That's the original Clynelish distillery, mind you, because that one was founded in 1819 by the Duke of Sutherland. But then in 1967, almost 150 years later, it needed refurbishing. So they closed down the plant, they mothballed it and put down a completely new factory, a new distillery in 1967. And that's where this is produced, because this is a vatting of casks from 1996 that were put aside especially for this occasion. But the old Clynelish was reopened at a certain point in time in 1968 because there was a dry season on Islay, and so Clynelish could not produce enough peaty malt for the famous Johnnie Walker Black Label, for example. So they went back to the old Clynelish, which had to be renamed because no two distilleries could have the same name. And so they reopened the old Clynelish to make the peaty malt for the Johnnie Walker bottlings. And that is now known as Brora, which is the name of the village where the distillery can be found. A complicated story, but great whiskey. Now, what we have here is the one that is produced for the 200th anniversary of the distillery. Quite an expensive bottle. You could only buy it at the distillery itself in 2019 at the Highland Whiskey Festival. £350. That is quite a lot of money for a 20 years old. But then again, this is a very special and very limited Clynelish. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. Bear with me, this will only take a minute. But inside the box, the marketing boys have really outdone themselves. Allow me to read to you how this malt is described by the people of Clynelish marketing. Aged 20 years. This limited edition commemorates the bicentenary anniversary of Clynelish Distillery, honouring generations of master distillers and craftsmen responsible for nurturing this outstanding single malt since 1819. Matured in a combination of former Bodega Sherry European Oak and refill American Oak casks to create a stunning expression, this release salutes the complex malt that moves smoothly between waxy yet rich fruity flavours, hints of smoky warmth, silky dark dryness and a fresh aromatic finish, all influenced by the highland and coastal terrain. Wow. It is a time-honoured liquid that portrays the remarkable and unmistakable taste of Clynelish, appreciated and praised by whiskey connoisseurs for over 200 years. Well put, well put. But like I said, quite an expensive bottle, so I'm not going to open it just yet. I'm going to keep it for a special occasion. So I had to get me a sample as well, and that's where you, the whiskey community, comes in, because we trade samples all the time. And so I was able to get a sample of this one. What did you, this? Yes, I know, we'll come to that later. This is, all right, if you insist. This is a 10 years old, hand-filled at cask strength, which was released at the very same time. And this, as it was a single cask, was quickly sold out. This was limited to, I don't know how many bottles, it doesn't say. But more about that later. We'll do a separate little video about the 10 years old hand-filled. But both of them were only available at the distillery during the Highland Whiskey Festival 2019, and they sold like sweets despite the high price tag. And so now they're long gone. This one, like I said, 350 euros. By now you will pay double or even triple that price, unfortunately. So I was lucky I got one at the original price, which was already, let's be honest, for a 20 years old, quite steep. Right, ooh, at last, here we go. So this is bottled at 53.7% ABV. Now I wonder, is this cask strength or is this a commercial strength? Because believe it or not, the 10 years old hand-filled single cask that was available at the very same time is bottled at the very same ABV of 57.3%. I don't think that's a coincidence. Be that as it may, it's got this beautiful full golden colour and clings to the glass. We know that Clynelish is a thick, syrupy, waxy malt, so this is going to have a great body, I presume. Let's find out. The Clynelish 20 years old 1996 200th anniversary on the nose. Oh my. It is indeed a or I would say a divine mix of fruit and beeswax. This is so typical Clynelish, textbook Clynelish, but oranges, apples, strawberry, melon and mango. Oh, some pineapple as well. Some burlap and soft spices, some wet earth. This is surprisingly soft though. You wouldn't say this is 57.3%. Surprisingly soft, textbook Clynelish, but so good, so inviting. I can't wait to try this on the palate. Very oily, yet again quite soft. Soft on the spices, I mean. I get a bit of cloves and maybe a single chili pepper. It's got a bit of a bite, but the beeswax, quinine, grapefruit, they're all there. I get some tobacco, some gyproc. There's a subtle influence of the sherry cask, I must say. It's very much Clynelish with oranges in the lead, followed by cherries and wild peaches. Oh, this is nice. Some eucalyptus at the back as well. It is a perfect integration of alcohol, that's for sure, because this is high alcohol content, yet very pleasant on the palate, very satisfying on the finish. The finish is long, soft and fruity, waxy. Oh, this is good. This is very satisfying. The nose was outstanding. The palate was great. The finish is out of this world. This is, wow, this is an absolute stunning malt. What a beautiful selection for the 200th anniversary of the distillery. Beautiful, beautiful. I still think 350 quid is too much. If it wasn't that expensive, I probably would have opened up the bottle a long time ago. Now I'm just going to keep it for a special occasion for the time being. But if you get the chance to try this Clynelish 20th anniversary at a festival, at a friend's house, whatever, give it a go. You will not be disappointed. This is an outstanding Clynelish. 1990s. You can't go wrong with 1990s Clynelish. I don't know why. You just can't. And that, my friends, is all for this Whisky Rambling. Yes, we will come to the 10 years old in the next Rambling. But that is all for this Whisky Rambling. And I hope to see you at one of Mark's Whisky Ramblings real soon. And until then, may the malt be with you.